Hello, this is Michael from Blue Gem Tarot. Time to create another reading for you, and today's pick a card reading is going to be called What You Won't Believe, or What's Shocking That's Near You, or What You Don't or You Won't Believe is Near You. I aimed for this one to be specifically intriguing because it just adds the spice, and I really like my readings to be diverse, dynamic, and surprising, and almost like shocking, if not like, um, yeah, truly shocking. I would like for you to have a very entertaining experience and for you to have a tangency to reality as well, where you feel like I am giving you an insight or a vision upon your life that is completely upside down to negativity or things that would consciously, let's say, interfere with the true vision that you should hold about yourself and about your life because you deserve the best. Now, I've already started doing the pile number one, and I've had the intention to take down the notes, but as I was doing it, I thought it would be best to mold the reading, and I will try to do a mix of both reading from the notes and then reading from what I channel in the moment with a set of cards. However, the basic or the foundation cards will be displayed in the picture with each pile. So you should be having the grand or the general image there, and I will add on with some additional commentaries and card pulls so as to evolve and to basically go into a greater quality of detail in or about your reading. So I think that would basically make my experience a little more, let's say, diverse and challenging as well, but in the best of the senses, because I really like to expand on the energy and not feel constrained by one, two, or three cards that I have already taken out for each pile. A huge thanks for all of your support. I'm reading your comments. I haven't yet managed to read all of them, and I've had questions that I had to write down and basically tinker a special message to. My ear is ringing like crazy, but I've had people asking me how I'm reading, and I want to put this out there for those who are going to listen to the introduction. If you're curious about how you can read the cards yourself or channel even, I would suggest you try my technique. It is basically one that implies you purifying your senses, and I do that with meditation, and at the times also prayer. And I want to say that if you purify your perception or your filters, you become a carrier of energy, information, and even feelings. That's especially useful if you plan on purifying yourself to such an extent that you are a vessel for something of an information or influence that is greater than you, and some will call this God or universe. Um, it's one of the, let's say, secret, most passionate things I aim for in this, let's say, lifetime. But this makes it so that the channel is able to facilitate the information that I give you, and my vocabulary is only an addition to that. It's basically like a toolkit for conveying all of this. So if you are interested in how I'm reading these, I would suggest you delve into the shadow work, knowing yourself awareness work, and basically trying to read the space in the following way that I do. I also think of creating a separate video or instruction based manual of sorts in a video format where I would explain how I read, how you can read, and the techniques that I have come up with as a result of basically exploring. And I have a huge desire to explore with you the card meanings, because I have discovered multiple ways in which we can extract and derive, let's say, meaning based on comparing the cards in and of themselves, like one to another. One example, a brief one, would be, for example, comparing the High Priestess to the Empress card, and basically deriving qualities for each. If you don't want to listen to the introduction, or if you're in a rush, I would suggest you checking the comment section for the timestamps. And I will not get tired of saying this. Thank you so much for your openings of the hearts in the comment section. It's a huge privilege and luxury to read to you, and a huge honor as well to be able to channel the intricate things that you give me in the informational space, let's say. And if it weren't for this collective, I don't think I would be necessarily reading cards, but usually, and when I say usually, it's because I leave an open space for things from the unknown, but I'm found with a lot of very exquisite, top tier information, qualities, and examples of behavior that I aspire myself to embody, but I kind of struggle because I'm not yet um, there in some aspects. But yeah, it's just fascinating to read the information that you give. It's very intricate. I feel like I can't grasp it fully. It's something that's even deeper um, than the cards can read, but I'm happy with what I get. So it's very beautiful. I can't hope to get to the bottom of it, but it's always something I'm very grateful for, and especially when you open up in the comment section about your feedback on it. It's a huge privilege and a luxury. I would consider it to be this way, and it's a very endearing thing to know that someone out there found your readings to be very useful, precious, and they found themselves in it, or they felt seen, understood, and basically it resonated. That was the lengthiest introduction ever, but I hope it's worth it. I'm doing it for the right people, so yeah. For this reading, we have 3 piles as usual. First pile has pink quartz or rose quartz. It's a white kind of one. It has this white tint to it. Second pile has pyrite. A third pile has selenite. Choose your pile. You can choose multiple. Recognize yourself into the reading. If you don't, then most likely this is not your pile. I will refer to genders. Please, however, keep in mind that my readings are not gender specific, so you can pick the information and interpret it however you want in that direction. But if you recognize yourself to 70-60% into the read, then basically there is something there, or it has something there in the read that's specifically aimed to reach you. Okay, so the timestamps will be in the comment section. Okay, let's begin with pile number 1, because I have no I have no patience for it. Like, it's hilarious what I found there, and I'm sure the same will apply to the second and third pile. Okay, I can't wait. I couldn't wait for this one. It's a hilarious read. I want to say right off the start. Now, the state in which this read maybe will find some of you is going to be quite questionable to the intensity or to the message that I'm going to display. And you've probably seen the central card being the heart one, and I'm going to just say it. It's a romantic thing that you don't know, or you're shocked, or you will be shocked to know that it's basically near you. So, also, the information that I was channeling was in regard to the idea. This is something that's basically very near, close in proximity, but somehow I feel barriers, or the reading was created on the basis of you not letting it in, or unconsciously putting it away, driving it away, or maybe not wanting it, which is very interesting, but we'll delve into it. I will consult the notes I've taken. However, without them, I wanted to say this is about a very specific person. This could also be a friend. a past friend, an ex. It can be an ex. It can be also something of a long-term thing in here, because the amount of attachment and let's say how this person got used to you, it's a bit, let's say, unforgettable. And I feel like this reading is coming to you for the reason being it wants to reveal the quality of this person's love. When I say this, I want you to keep in mind that with the Four of Wands in reverse, this is a very innocent, almost rosy glasses type of love. I don't know the situation that has transpired between the two of you, but I feel like with the Five of Cups, the situation is dire from their side because there is a huge, great deal of suffering involved with them because of the realization that you're no longer into their life, okay? Almost, I also feel like with the Five of Swords, this person is ready to capitulate, or there is an energy of capitulation where the amount of love is so high that is basically with this Heart card. This person is ready to lay their heart bare in front of you or at your feet. That's very strange, but that's the message I'm coming up with. This is a love message. And I will delve also, I forgot to say, I have devised three sections. Let me find where this piece of paper is. So, for the three divisions, now the introduction I was just talking about was a general urgent thing that wanted to show itself up in the priority list. However, the second, third, and fourth message is going to be devised into the thing or the message, what you won't believe or you'll be shocked to know that is near you, the intensity of it, we will measure it through the cards, the context or the domain in which this thing will be close to you, and your relationship to it. Okay. I was talking about the general stuff. I will also read what I've written. Now, what you won't believe is near you, obviously, love. That pinky, fuzzy, infatuation kind of love. Also, falling in love with you from a person. Obviously, like the heart card. And also, what's fascinating about this pile is this stance in which you find yourself in. That's the Nine of Pentacles. I'm sorry for the noise, it's just the usual drama with bicycles and stuff. Okay. Rosy glasses admirer. Also, this is admirer energy. I don't know if you accept it or not, but this is admirer energy. Also, some of you will be about this energy from the past. Some of you could be about a person infatuated in their like honeymoon phase. Okay, this will also apply. What's interesting also is some of you will literally have both. Okay, some of you will be perceptive and or perceptive enough to see that which is the case. But if you found yourself into this reading, it's one of the three scenarios. Okay. Yeah, it's very interesting. So it's either one person, a new person, or a third, both. Yeah, I don't know. Pile number one. Perhaps it's even the message of you went about your life in such a way, not caring for this domain or at all, or not caring about this thing, that it basically knocks at your door whether you like it or not. So that's literally the energy I feel like it's linked to this pile, which is hilarious. Hilarious because I can't. It's literally like pile number one. Maybe you don't seek love, but it gets there. And it's kind of like a bit annoying, but you have to know it, okay? Chasing you for consistency. This will apply both for the person from the past or a new person. Nostalgia, wholesome moments together, missing you, surrender. This person is almost ready, or it feels like they're ready to surrender with the Five of Swords. And we have this card twice in the reading, which is quite strange, but I'm no longer surprised with the cards. Yeah. It's almost as if this person finds some sort of peace, reassurance, or accepting their fate in capitulation relative to you. You, however, are gatekeeping on this energy, or it could be that you're gatekeeping on love in general, or you're like, I don't care for this thing, I don't want it to ever come close to my life again. So that could be the case with pile number one. Let's see what else we have in here. Someone's tired of waiting and wanting to give in or give up and to basically see you. Um, Now, it feels like with the Nine of Pentacles, you are winning, you are shining, you are in the spotlight. You could have, or you are on the precipice and you won't believe it, on financial blessings and praise, compliments for your appearance. Style, it could be also lifestyle, the ways in which you carry yourself, and general overall appearance. Genuine desire to get to know you better. I feel like I'm a broken record. This message was an overarching theme in my reads, but something very seductive and alluring is the case with this pile and the others I have been reading in the past. Someone being very close to capitulation because they love you. So this is an overflow of energy of love somehow, where this person is basically like giving up somehow in themselves. This is strange, but yeah, it's like they want to give themselves up for you to you. Yeah, don't ask me, I'm just like just picked a card, and this is like the hard card, and I was like, yeah, pile number one will get a love reading. It's not me. It's also don't hurt me, I'm tired of it. Energy message coming through like a channeling thing. You give off a very also powerful status. This is like the description part of the read perhaps, but this person's feelings, whether it be an old person or a new one, is very innocent. Also, from those of you, for those of you who are talking or you are consciously like addressing the read in a past person type of scenario, it's someone you left deliberately, saying you're no longer going to be a part of my future. Like you said to them, like either you said it or you decided for yourself, this person is no longer going to participate into your future. You cut off the energy. That's what I'm feeling, because I was taking the some cards in the backstage, and you decided for yourself, you had the three of wands in reverse, so you were like, you were so sharp in that decision, that it cut off not only the person but the energy itself. So that's very impressive. It's almost a very emotional slash powerfully fueled emotional energy directed at cutting off this person. I feel like they are left in the bubble of their own feelings, and it's a bit they feel cramped. Yeah, that's what I felt. Someone you are keeping a distance at a distance, and someone you keep boundaries with. No, I think that's enough for this part, and I was taking some other cards to diversify for those of you who are not interested in hearing me blather all day about this whole past person feels and whatever. You have what you don't believe, or you what's shocking that's near you and you won't believe. You have the blank card. Unknown stuff, unexpected possibilities you cannot fully grasp. Also Hierophant in reverse. Fascinating energy, fascinating cards. I got a feeling as if you don't know what's on the precipice, your perception cannot hold it. And it's for your best, for your greater good, but I feel like the templates in which you think make it so that things that are near you and are on the precipice of happening are very incomprehensible by you. This means that you literally don't know what you're waiting for, or what's possible, or what will happen. So I feel like you have the energy of being on a precipice of some huge surprises that will left you in the feeling of, I wanted something, but I didn't know I could wish for this scenario to also happen, and it's so much better than I thought. It's hilarious. I know. Um, New ways, incomprehensible ones by you, ones that break your template of thought in the direction of relinquishment of trauma or depression, or the saying or the word no to life in general. This will apply differently to all of you. However, I want to say you've done something in the past that was a prerequisite of that success, stepping in and saying, we're destroying things. We're destroying the old ways. That's basically the Hierophant in reverse. It's the pre-establishment of things that no longer work, or the ones that could also benefit you, because I saw the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So it could be a job that gave you a lot of money, but it took your soul, for example, in exchange, metaphorically speaking, okay? I see that breaking. I see also a comfort of a relationship that breaks. I also see a comfort of a home that you were maybe attached to and it also breaks, but it breaks in the favor of something that is greater than you anticipate. Those of you who are like, I don't know, that's precisely why we got the blank card. I feel like you don't know that better things can happen, and it's best that you don't know them. And the cards did not want to reveal them, but I feel like something of a hard work, Seven of Pentacles being there, that basically will relinquish you from the responsibility of living a mediocre, I cannot leave, I cannot stay type of situation. Something will decide for you. And I also see Ace of Cups. It will be something that's near you. It's basically a new start, but it will look like something that breaks down at first, and it will also look like something of a, I'm not sure if I want to make it, so the universe or the circumstances will place you in a between a hard rock tough spot. I don't know how you say it, how people say it. I forgot the word, but it's basically a situation where you have no choice but to choose a course. Yeah, it's basically stuck between a rock and a hard place. Literally, when you need these messages or the sentences, it's like the tongue is just not going to convey those. So I'm like, I have to pause and redesign everything. Are you kidding me? What I also see in the context of what I've already said, it's someone who's clueless, and for their best, like for their own good. Now it's like the energy of someone who doesn't expect it and they receive flowers. It's the energy of someone who's going to be met with like a confession of sorts, a love confession in this case, with the energy I felt from there, and they were like not expecting it or not looking out for it. At best, this pile is going to be like clueless about what's next. On the other side, it can be that I don't expect things to change, or I don't know that they will change, or I don't believe that they will change. Um, about that, I wanted to add, and I've taken a card, Four of Wands. This is the card I see in your read all over the place. And perhaps it's best that you remain in this, maybe, let's say, I don't like saying it, but it's pessimistic type of thing, where you don't want to be blindsided by lost hopes or broken expectations or hopes, okay? But know that the overarching message that's coming through the read, you will be met with a huge number of surprises, and those that you won't see coming. When you will see them appear into your life, they are going to be something you didn't even comprehend, or you never thought that this is going to be how it panned out. But I feel like the truth of what I'm conveying right now is undeniable, because Seven of Wands, you will have to participate. You will have to, you will have no choice but to accept a lot of the surprises I'm talking about, in the place where you'll feel like everything is lost, or in the place where you're going to feel the most pessimistic about life. That's literally the energy. And expect also to be surprised in ways in the following. Let's say you wake up one day and say, I want, let's say, money or relationship or status or whatever it is that you want, and you have a preconceived notion of how this is going to look like, and you wake up and you, like I tend to dash stuff, I kind of look for possibilities or branches in the now or in the contexts of the circumstances, and I kind of tend to manipulate and create those for me, and obviously it doesn't happen because I come off from this desperate side energy, and I give up on it, and I feel very pessimistic throughout the day or at the end of the day. Next day it can repeat, fourth, fifth, or, and all of the sudden when you gave up, you have something of a person stepping in, a message, someone reaching out, and it's like a wish fulfillment. This is the energy I feel like it's coming through from this pile. The overarching message that's coming through is you don't know what's near you. Shocking things that are near you are secret stuff that are not meant to be revealed, but are going to be fascinatingly an addition to everything that you wanted or something specifically that you aimed at, but were stubborn on believing that you are going to make it happen in your own way. I feel like I don't know what I'm talking about, but trust me, I feel like it's just channeling and it will make sense. Also, on the precipice of huge moments of action, passion, activity, daring, you being the main protagonist. Nobody matters. I'm the true hero or ruler of my life. No holding back. Not to be interpreted in the bad way, but I feel like we're taking responsibility and also ownership in this case. It being over your life and not expecting things to necessarily be granted. And I also feel like this is coming off from a period of stagnation or slow paced. I don't know whether I want to be here or not. That's the energy I also feel like it's coming through from this reading. High Priestess, it can be also that you have divine inspiration, intervention of sorts, spark can come through, and basically it's like a spark or an intervention from the divine, which will feel like it's coming from the self in the form of renewal, breaking foundations, false foundations, holding back or severing ties with things that no longer help you. So this could be huge changes in habits. Expect that. Expect it. It's basically in your energy. It's going to unfold very quickly and very soon. Passionate beginnings. And I saw in here King of Wands. This could represent you, but I feel like more so this is going to represent a person. This is going to be someone who is going to pursue you because you have the Temperance card being represented by you. You could be also holding this person back. You could be holding boundaries with this person and saying like, hold on, don't even like, if you are in a relationship already, you can expect a spark or a renewal with that person and expect that they're going to miraculously like show things of like initiation or initiative or initiating change or pursuit in your direction, or you are going to be a match, that kind of energy where you could expect. I also think that it's highly beneficial for you to basically be in this unknown state rather than have expectations. It's interesting because also one message came through for those of you who are going to be skeptical. Again, it's best that you are basically right now into this energy of the unknown for the sake of things turning out for the better when you least expect it. Now, y'all, I don't know if you are satisfied with this message, but that's basically what's coming through. Okay, now let's go to the part where I devised the reading into, I split the reading into 3 sections. We will have the general thing that you won't expect or know, or you'll be shocked to know that's in your presence. We again have the 5 of Swords. In the general section, not talking about the romantic stuff, this is going to talk about relinquishment, forgiveness. This is also going to talk about peace. And the intensity, it's contentment in reverse. It's as if, you know, we have people or situations where people are more so feeling bitter, or they feel a great amount of bitterness as a result of having a conflict situation with you. The context, it's the Wheel of Fortune, and it says in here fate. Your relationship to it, it's being represented by the Page of Cups. What I want to say, you could have a more pessimistic outlook on the whole situation thing with forgiveness, or you could be a more, let's say, prepared for everything type of mindset when it comes to the message I'm going to be presenting to you. But I want to say you have people generally regretting the fact that they have been, or the status of the conflict that they are with you right now in, it's more so detrimental to them, and I feel like they want to feel, it's the Wheel of Fortune context or domain. It's as if people feel a very close or a very powerful sense of desire to come into reconciliation or forgiveness with you, or it's as if they want to be sincerely accepted by you. Or with contentment in reverse, especially with the intensity, it's as if people have this very strong pull to seek forgiveness, but it's not that kind of thing where, you know, I'm gonna be saying like the Five of Swords. It's as if the energy of who's gonna win, who's going to take the blame, who's going to be the one to basically say like I was wrong and you were right. Because it's in reverse, it's like the energy is being flipped, and we have the message of let's just forget it. That we don't want to like go there in the who's right and who's wrong. Let's just be over it. Let's just try to work ourselves or our way into like finding a common ground. Okay. I also channel in through like some very like desire messages. Pull, it's a very strong desire to just be in your presence. It's as simple as that, regardless of the status. I also feel like with the Wheel of Fortune, the context or the domain in this case is going to talk about a situation where fate, it's almost bringing you to resolution or to peace with a lot of individuals. And it could look like at times a situation where you could be in a lot of stress, or even like, let's say, quarrel, conflictual energy, but it all like simmers, you know. It's like it's coming through, or it's coming down to slower pace. Or it could also look like right now you could be in conflicts with people, but it will simmer down in the future. That's basically the energy I feel like it's coming through. The next general thing that you won't expect, or you won't necessarily like believe, that's in your proximity or is near you, you have the Two of Pentacles. A very strange card for this message, but give me a moment. Okay, so what's interesting with this pile specifically, the message that's coming through with the Two of Pentacles, it's as if I can feel this energy of balancing out, because Two of Pentacles is a balancing out. If you are in general in life, because of the context of the moon, expecting things to go sour, or expecting things or being prepared for the worst case scenario, the Two of Pentacles could indicate that what's near you, it's almost a saving boat, a saving grace, a very slow but steady change for the better. With the Nine of Swords, especially with the intensity, it's as if you cannot necessarily expect for this message something explosion-wise or a miracle to happen overnight. But what I'm feeling through, especially with the general message, a slow but steady hint towards a better outcome. A slow but steady hint towards a better or an even greater milestone. That's your actually like your relationship to that message could be the King of Swords. It could be like a very cold I don't care, or I no longer believe in anything, or I don't necessarily believe what you're saying. It could be about this, but especially the love message I gave, it's kind of strange that we do have this I don't believe necessarily that it will happen, but I see a pattern of healing in here, which is coming through as a very sly, almost invisible to the untrained eye type of energy. What you also don't expect that's near you, it's a renewal in here because you have the Empress in reverse. The intensity is the Chariot, and the context is the Queen of Swords, and also your relationship to it is like the Four of Wands. We could be talking to a very busy person, someone who lives their life in a very accelerated pace already. You could be living a phase of burnout with the Empress in reverse, and what you won't see coming or you don't expect to happen is going to be a renewal energy. And it's basically the feeling of, you know, that person who's basically waking up from a very long sleep, and they feel very replenished, or you know, like, I don't feel like I need to sleep anymore. Like, that's the energy I feel like it's about this pile, especially because the intensity, the chariot is all like the I'm up and ready, I'm up and going. The context also is power. You have the Queen of Swords. Power, it could be innate power, it could be vitality, talking about from this pile, and also the context of the things that I have described previously. It could be a rush of energy, a rush of unexpected energy as well, and also something of a thirst for life that you generally don't usually have. Your relationship to all of the messages for some reason in here or could be a bit hesitant or pessimistic, but I think this doesn't necessarily change the overall note of it being very surprising and very softening. In the future outlook, I feel like it's going to it's a case where life or fate is going to soften you a bit, where you won't feel like you have to expect to experience the worst in your life. And you could be like, you could have some very powerful and wonderful surprises, where you're going to change the mindset to expect better things, to expect more peaceful things, or to expect that not everything has to go the wrong way. I see a lot of hope in here, and also, yeah, previously, or the stance you're in right now, it could be very survival oriented, or everything is going to be, let's say, I'm not sure how it's going to pan out. In the future, you'll have a more growth oriented mindset. I can definitely give you that with this pile. It's a very inspiring, hopeful message that's coming through, regardless of what you believe right now is in the present moment, because I can pick up on a lot of, let's say, I'm not sure it's gonna happen type of thing. It's good to be in that energy because you don't necessarily expect things to happen, and when they're going to happen, you're going to be feeling very pleasant about them. Yeah, that's very happy about the outcome. Yeah. So that was all pile number one. That was a very diverse pile, I'll give you that. That was also a very intense pile with the messages, a very emotional as well pile, but a very hopeful message as well for you. I hope you enjoyed the read. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and make sure to check out the old videos as well. Comment below that you're pile number one. And for those of you considering donations, you can go ahead and do that. I don't expect donations. Donations are not expected, but always appreciated. And thanks for all of the support that you bring to the channel, regardless of the venue or the way in which you show it. I always appreciate everything. Take care. Okay, and let's move on to pile number 2. Those of you who chose Pyrite, this is going to be a reading. You have the first card of Letter, and Ten of Pentacles and Chariot. What you don't expect is shocking and it's near you. Is going to be, first of all, some of you will be heavily bombarded with information, communication, and hanging out. That's with the Letter card, especially if you're used to solitude or if you're in a period of, let's say, loneliness and you crave connection. Some of you will be hugely bombarded by messages and information loads related to money with the Ten of Pentacles, and also possibilities of sorts, especially because you have the Page of Wands. This could be talking about a messenger, something related to delivery, something related to also people contacting you with offers. This can be the case. Also, with the Chariot, it could talk about what you don't expect is near you. It could be travel situations or changes or information related to travel. Expect things such as spontaneous offers to move places, to go somewhere, to travel, to even go out with friends and travel places. It can be the case. But I feel like this pile is going to be taken back in surprise a bit because of the amount of, let's say, connection in some ways and distribution of information that's going to be directly linked to pile number 2. Okay, this could be work related, this could be projects, this could be also passion projects, and what you don't expect is near you. It could be also initiations of projects that are going to bring you financial gratification, even more so than your baseline work or job. A lot of activity. Pile number 2, what you don't see is near you. It's a lot of activity. It could be also with the Emperor related. The messages related to pile number 2 are going to be about exterior. I am truly fascinated to find a case or an instance where I feel like I'm channeling a message that's talking about stuff that's external. And I feel like if you are not already preparing for some sort of upheaval in regards to changes in your life, then I would, if you feel urges to all of the sudden create a more minimalistic lifestyle, if you feel all of the sudden the urge to pack your things or stuff like this, or you have urges to, or inklings towards studying the market for tickets for travel, I don't know, that's coming through very randomly. So, but I feel like change, external change, is what you don't believe is near you. And with the Emperor, it's almost, for some of you, I feel like the change is very undeniable. I feel like the change is something that you prayed for. And I also feel like it's the change that's relating to the bosses or life circumstances first forcing you to leave the current pre-established stability. Okay. It's interesting because this pile doesn't necessarily see this coming, or you could have prerequisites for this message, but generally speaking, I don't think that you could feel things. Queen of Cups in here. You could feel things or be perceptive of things being on the precipice for this pile, but if you are feeling like you have a future to live yet and you're not ready to lay roots, then yeah, it's definitely your message. I also like what you don't expect is near you with the King of Pentacles in reverse. It's very fortunate circumstances or offers in the domain of finances, even more so than you hoped for or even greater than you anticipated. I feel like this pile, especially because we will branch off into a specific thought or thing related to what you don't expect is near you. You have Five of Pentacles, so it's like as if you are stuck or stubborn on some ways in which the financial venue is going to be gratified for you, and like the whole vortex of, events and circumstances that are going to be given to you are going to be like a confirmation that what's possible is yet to be uncovered, discovered, and explored. It's as if you have a very stubborn way in which you think money or success is going to come to you, and you're like, no, I'm gonna make it this way, or I'm gonna make it happen specifically in this way. And the universe or the circumstances are going to prove you otherwise, where literally it will feel like you lost control. We have this carousel, or like with the Ten of Pentacles, you're going to change tracks, change plans. A lot of you are going to do this, and you're going to be surprised with, I did not know. I did not know that it's possible to make money this way as well. I also feel like if you're not necessarily like interested in money right now, or you don't have necessarily like struggles in that domain, maybe this is not your pile, but I feel like you will discover new and easier ways in which you will create abundance for you that were previously inaccessible because of the stubbornness or the ways in which you thought things should be. Okay. Also, I feel like this pile is going to be involved in a lot of activities where you're going to be passionately and deliberately asked to participate or to intervene. That's the Seven of Wands energy. So it's like no longer sitting back, or what you don't expect is right near you. It's a lot of work opportunities that will present you the opportunity to basically shine or to show yourself in work, to show your talent, to display your passion, and the more you're going to do that with yourself, the more you're going to excel at finding passion and joy in what you do, the more recognized you're going to feel. I don't want you to go into burnout, but seize this opportunity to express yourself into a passion project or work situation where you feel like for sure you're going to be recognized for your work effort and for your initiative. A lot of seeds for growth are being placed right now in the ground for pile number 2, especially in regards to career or domains of financial prosperity and changes relative to like places or changing locations, relocating or travel oriented activities, money wise, career wise, or otherwise. With the Emperor, some of you will receive some sort of letter or indication from your boss, from your higher ups. It could also be family things where some relatives or some like mother, father, because Emperor is also a male figure. Doesn't have to be a male, it can be a mother figure as well for some of you who are having like a person who's a higher up, like for some of you a boss could be even a mother or something like this, or someone who maybe presents themselves with a greater like mobility or opportunity in the job position, and they are giving you an opportunity to move places or to change jobs. That's what's coming through, and it's definitely something that's very beneficial. It's something that's greater in quality than what you experienced in the past, or with the Five of Pentacles as well. It's almost as if you're going to receive something greater than you anticipated. I'm truly fascinated how this reading is basically strengthening of the message of a predictive type rather than a descriptive type. I did the descriptive type in the past with reputation and whatnot, but I feel like this is talking more about future and predictive aspects. What you don't expect as well, but is near you with the Seven of Pentacles, if you've been investing in stuff, activities, it could literally be as simple as you investing in yourself or in a project from work. If you've been passionately, slowly but surely treading a course for something, and it was like with an attitude of I'm doing this for myself rather than like the company or whatever, it's going to be hugely recognized and loved. I can give you that. Seven of Pentacles, recognition and appreciation for a long-term work or thing that you have been pursuing. I also feel like this is going to be with such a great magnitude linked to it that you will even attract some sort of envy. Yeah, that's what's coming through. Like what you don't expect, it's a recognition of talent that it's even beyond what people expected from you. Like this is not saying like dimming the light, but people did not expect you were so talented. Like this is what's coming through as a message of what you don't expect is near you. And also I want to say, whatever the case may be, boss, colleague, higher ups, boss, whatever, people will see something in you that is going to be so promising that they will look out to create an even better propulsion in the future for you, like in creating even a better outlook for like giving you the tools for refinement for you to express yourself even higher. Like you have the Two of Wands. It's as if people saw something of a performance thing and they will be like, we should give this person room for improvement, because it's a shame if they're going to squander their potential here. I would see this as an opportunity for advancement even further. In this context as well, you have, I was taking some other cards in the background, but you have the Seven of Swords. Especially be close right now to the details and to the energies of exposure or opening up, because you will have people generally very curious and also very intent on a bit like of stealing, whether it be energetically wise or asking you for the ways in which you do things that you do, or asking you to be, let's say, more sincere with the schemes or with your successful courses, or what you've done in the past that was basically prerequisite of your efficiency. So I would be definitely keeping an eye on this, because the Seven of Swords, it's a very schemy, betrayal-y card in this case. So I would be wary of that. What you don't also expect is near is someone or a group of people who's intently watching and gathering information about you, especially when you don't know or you don't look out for it. Seven of Swords, it's a night card, so it's like extorting information when you least expect it. It could be in nighttime, literally. People stalking your social media, people asking about you from others, or people inferring information from what they already have or what's already available. You have the Four of Pentacles. Something urged me to say the bad times are over. Something urged me to say the struggling for coins or struggling for counting money, they're over. Grasping for resources over. What you don't expect is near you. It's a period of, I don't want to say infinite necessarily because it sounds so cliche, but opportunities after opportunities to show yourself, to prove yourself, and to basically show the world that you are capable of receiving in the same way and in the same quality that you give. This pile could have been in the past in situations where they were literally so talented for something that they did, and unfortunately it's like the message of you didn't have the right audience, you didn't have the right people, or they didn't recognize you, or they didn't have the resource to recognize you for who you truly were or are in the present moment. This is a more, let's say, the opposite of the Five of Pentacles. It's the opposite of clutching onto resources. It's the opposite of looking out for flaws in a plan or looking out for a very strict, tight budget. It's also a life of leisure and fun. It's also a life of relaxation or not so like grabby attitude when it comes to finances, money, or what it is that is basically sustaining your life here. It's as if it's a feeling where you have money in abundance, or a feeling of you having some sort of savings. Or for some of you, it could be this plus the message of people giving you countless opportunities to prove yourself, where literally you feel like you don't know where to even start or whom to accept. Okay, so if in the past you felt like more so, I don't know whether I have, or even what opportunities or what direction to pick up, I feel like expect yourself to be in situations where you literally won't know what to pick. That's what's coming through. And it's very interesting. I want to know what's happening. Like, be sure to drop the comments below with your pile, because this is very intriguing as a message being channeled through. But I want to know what's happening there, because it's also a very precipice type of energy I felt with pile number one, where you don't know necessarily from where and how and why, but it's going to come off as very explosive financial career opportunities and projects in which you are going to be passionately expressing yourself in the world. Also, what's near you have the Ace of Swords. I want to say this is going to be introductions. I see people talking to you and you introducing yourselves to them. It's funny because I said yourselves. It could be the case where you're going to be selectively presenting personalities and sides of you, which are going to be brought in with a lot of recognition and recognition and gratitude, opportunities to show who you are. This is the Ace of Swords in here. It's like you taking the initiative to present yourself to the world, to people, to situations and groups of people, and them being in the situation where they are the viewers, they are the participants in the display. It's like give everything you've got, because it's time for you to show yourselves to the world. That's the energy I feel like coming through from the Ace of Swords. Also, unexpected abundance, unexpected stability, unexpected passive income or jobs that will hugely benefit you or impact you financially. Also, I feel like with the Hierophant in reverse, of course you won't see these cards, but I feel like this is the case where I have to channel with some additional cards. But unexpected energy, unexpected venues, unexpected news, unexpected blessings in the material exterior realm. Very funny, very interesting, to be honest. If you have this overarching message of financial gifts, that's what's coming through. Also, I feel like this is talking also about a renewal of sorts with emotions. This could be a trace of that, or this could be a hint for that message as well. But also, like from the more neutral or negative stance, we have in here overwhelm. So be sure to take care of yourselves and not take everything in all at once, because it feels like it's going to be too much at some point. It's going to be overwhelmingly like you will feel the urge to either sleep or to meditate, to take a break or something like this, for you to reassess the whole situation thingy. Now I think it's time for us to go in the next section, where I'm going to refine the messages a bit. However, I did that pretty well in the introduction. Let's diversify. We have in here the first card being the general thing that you don't expect is near you. You have 5 of Pentacles. Hear me out. I feel like this is going to talk about people wanting you to give them advice. This is also coming through a bit of a begging energy, also victim mindset. But with the Queen of Cups, I feel like you are going to give people a lot of reassurance, a lot of closure, calm, and reassuring type of energy. Traditionally, the Queen of Cups should have shown the intensity of the 5 of Pentacles. However, this was a message that came through from the direction of the cards. If you are working with people or you will feel the urge to help someone, all of a sudden you're going to be presented with that, and especially with kindness being written on this card, you're going to give someone solace or some sort of reassurance that is going to be basically a life-saving grace for them. The context and the domain, we have the Page of Pentacles. It's as if people will be asking you for financial advice. That's what's coming through, especially because people will see some sort of trajectory in the introduction of the reading where it will feel like people would want and will want to ask you for advice, or they would want to ask you for your life journey or for your life steps or your ascension to how you grew as you are right now or as you will be in the future successful, because some of you will already know what, especially what I'm talking about in here with the financial manifestation thing. Your relationship to the whole situation is going to be represented by the Strength card, and I feel like this is very fortunate because you are going to grasp and be fully in control of the opportunity. It means you're going to seize the opportunity to help yourself, help the world, and also give them the insights and the reassurance needed or necessary. This is also feeling like this pile is going to be giving a lot of backup, close support, and also close help in the desperate moments of need. I feel like some of you, you'll have people going through a lot of dark nights of the soul, and you're going to be guiding these people out, and it's literally feeling like the case where for some very sound material foundations, the psychological, spiritual also aspect should be in place and in order. So you could be the ones to highlight these two people in general. The next message or the next general thing that you don't expect is near you. It's basically someone spying with the Page of Swords in here. The intensity, it's 8 of Pentacles, is the work card, and it says opportunities. I feel like this is someone closely, but not necessarily like talking from the Seven of Swords. This could be someone who's spying on you and who's gathering information about you. This is someone who's basically very interested in you, but more so interested in themselves, let's be honest in here. The general, it's like the page in here, so it's like specifically one person. It could be a group, but I feel like for this pile it's going to be one person in specifics. And you don't believe, or you won't believe how well this person knows you, or how well they are, how good they are at gathering information, and how well or how close they are. So I'd be looking out for a mole if I were you, or I would be looking out for someone who's indirectly trying to extort information about you, okay? The context is the Nine of Pentacles. This person could be coming off as very nice, sweet, and kind, and let's not necessarily say kind, but with gratitude. It's as if this person is going to be suspiciously displaying some sort of signs of gratitude or praise in your direction, which is going to be specifically driven towards softening you or trying to make you feel as if, you know, this person is giving me too many compliments. That's where they are actually trying to intently study and basically gather information about you. That's what's coming through. Also, from your relationship to it, it's going to be the Nine of Cups. Be careful, because your relationship to this thing is going to be, or to this whole message, situation, circumstance, is going to be one you're going to feel tempted by this person, but almost as if this person will be tempted to actually succeed and gather information about you. This is very strange. This is work related. I feel like this person could be envious. This person could be intent on, not gonna lie, it's like preying on you somehow, or somehow trying to find information, study, and create like a separate data folder about you. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. Um, the next thing, the general thing or what you won't expect is near. I feel like this is going to be a message of I'm anxious about losing opportunities with the Ace of Pentacles and Knight of Cups, Dreamer in reverse. You could be catastrophizing. Don't do that. And I will explain why and how you can avoid it. You have Ten of Cups in reverse, joyfulness in reverse. Basically, that would be in the context. And your relationship to it is going to be the Tower in reverse. The overall message that's gathering or is gathered in here is the message of I don't know what I will choose and if this is going to be the best of options, or you will have this attitude of what if I chose, what is going to happen with me if I chose the wrong answer or the wrong choice or the wrong direction or the wrong opportunity. I want to urge you in this case to understand the following. This is going to be a very emotionally attacking or urgent situation you're going to be faced with. You won't have to believe it for it to be necessarily the truth of things or the accurate reality of things. What you, however, have to keep in mind is that with the Tower, it's not going to be the worst case scenario, and with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, it's not going to be the end of the world, especially not going to be the end of the world, and your perception of the situation is going to be more so filtered in the emotional sense. You will have to live this through and realize that there is no such thing as a lost opportunity, but for a time you're going to feel like severely it's messing with you, and you will feel afraid to lose something of what if I accepted this opportunity, and what if this opportunity, and that it's also going to throw you into a bit of a doubt energy. But I don't feel like you have to believe it. It will feel like it, but you don't have to believe it's true. Like, you know, I'm no psychologist, but I can give you a comparison. You know, when you could be anxious, the anxious feeling is very valid, but it doesn't have to necessarily reflect the truth of the situation. It could be that the fear or the anxiety is covering the situation up. It's making you feel this way. It's valid and okay to feel this way, but it doesn't mean that it's actually true. Or I've had situations where people were triggered, for example, they felt one way, they perceived the situation to be a certain way, but it wasn't, or they were feeling a certain way, it was valid, but it didn't have to be necessarily the truth or the reality of it. They just had a flashback, or the situation reminded them of something from the past. So it's like, just stand to the emotion, go through it, go with the life responsibilities, and do what's best, or do or craft for you the best possible decision from what you know in the present moment. And if it's necessarily true that you even missed on something, then expect that this thing is going to change course and trace a course back into your life because it was meant for you, and you're not going to miss out on it. I feel like it's catastrophizing energy where it's not necessarily that bad, but you will have to be ready, or you have to be um, connected to this possibility of it being the case. So I think that's all pile number 2. I hope you enjoyed the message. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe. Make sure to comment below that you're pile number 2. Make sure to reassure me that I'm not insane, because this was a very concrete, specific message aimed at the finances, and you know, I wouldn't say it if I didn't see it. So I'm interested in knowing whether it's actually talking about you or not, but yeah. Um, like, comment, subscribe. Make sure to check out my old videos as well, and if you consider donating, that's perfectly fine. They are not expected, but always appreciated. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the future readings as well. Take care. Okay, moving on to pile number 3. Those of you who chose the selenite crystal, and I want to go ahead and say this pile, you have a very strong link to your crystal, because in the center we have the bear card, which signifies for me in this case protection. you must have some sort of protection in your proximity in some form, shape, or whatever, because both these elements, the selenite and the bear card, signify this element. What I also want to add is that I have taken notes for your pile, and this pile comes off as very, very independent, almost as untouchable and not needing anything from anybody. This is very interesting because also from the looks of it, you have a huge fan base, or a huge number of people who are ready to step in and to basically assist you in whatever issue you think, or whatever you feel like it's the case. Though again, I feel like you don't need it, you don't urge for it, you don't go for it, or there is something about you that says, I don't need any help from anybody, because we have the Star and the Lovers. The Lovers from this deck seems to be a representation of a singular person, which I find quite curious in this specific case, because again, it signifies more so in this case self-love and the abundance that comes as a result of loving yourself and being by yourself. Also, the Star, it's a very singular card. Maybe in the past you could have been more attached to people, but in this case it shows a person who is more so, generally speaking, alone and very powerful in their sense of independence. Now I'll go to the details of the notes I have taken in a moment, but also what I want to add and clarify, I'll go into three things also that are near you and that you don't see or you don't expect, and I'll clarify with, let's see, domain, your relationship to it, intensity, and the context, just as I did with the other piles. Okay. I've written in here protection and guardedness. It could be that again we have people in here who are ready to step in, people who are willing to guard you, and yeah, people stepping in on your behalf, and also feeling backed up or protected. Some of you literally could have some tangency with the idea of having bodyguards. I don't know, this is a very strange but interesting message nonetheless. The first time it's that I find it actually here on the channel, but still, it could be the case with a bear that this is talking about a hidden protector or protectors. It could be many. A strong sense of belonging. Also, this is quite curious to find in the read, because this pile does possess a very strong sense of being a part of a community, but not only that, but belonging in that community. So a lot of belonging is being felt through the reading. Because you have in here the, let's see, which card? You have the Five of Swords. I wanted to say, because there seems like a lot of drama and commotion in your proximity, a lot of misunderstandings, criticism directed at you, a lot of marginally mean and judgy things like in your proximity. But what's fascinating about this pile, especially with the bear card, it's seemingly there is nothing that penetrates your boundaries. Either it is that, or you're having a very thick skin when it comes to this. I feel like this pile is generally unaffected or even indifferent to the drama that's around them, and that makes you even more attractive, that makes you even more desirable, and I don't feel like you're necessarily like aiming for that again. And also, what I wanted to add, there is a lot of rage and like enraged people that, or who are very upset with the fact that you don't give them attention and that you don't entertain their drama. You've got a lot of people on your side, and you have the friendship card, so it's like you won't believe how many people are ready and are willing to step in and support you. A lot of friends, a lot of support from people as well, a lot of people on your side who get your viewpoint and who understand your level of authenticity and maturity. Um, Also, a lot of people who are ready to step in if there is any trouble that you're involved with. Not that you don't know or don't have the ability to fend for yourself, but I feel like the readiness from the people's side is there. Also, not gonna lie, this is going to be the pile who is heavily envied, gossiped about, especially at work, and a lot of people wanting to be in your place. There is also energy of privileged or you having some sort of advantage somehow, and a lot of people are envying you for that. You are also envied for the fact that you are indifferent and thriving, and for like being indifferent towards it. I don't feel like you're necessarily indifferent towards it, but what's the case in here is you don't let it affect you, and that makes people question and believe that there is nothing that really gets to you. Uh, you could be very aware of it, by the way, but again, it's something that you control really, really well. And again, protected from it. So it could be the case that you are heavily, heavily protected with this thing. Um, so it's very interesting. I'm curious to know what's happening and how you achieve that. But yeah, with the lovers in here in the reading, I wanted to add that you do have people infatuated and desiring a relationship with you. There is also, I will reiterate that message because it's very powerful, opposition and dramatic criticism in your direction. I feel like this is very pronounced, but also very dimmed at the same time by the amount of how well you keep boundaries with that kind of energy. So that's pretty impressive. Now, we'll go into the details about each thing that I have outlined so that the reading would be specific. So the first card you have, it's the Illusion card in reverse, or it's the Seven of Cups. Now, what's striking about this card, it's its own innate decisiveness, and what you don't know is around you or near you, it's a lot of people, or if it could be one person as well, who's very decisive and who wants a very like close relationship with you. However, I feel like you don't necessarily want it, and I'll get back to it. It's also very strange because this came through as certainty and wanting to be by your side, disillusioned, authentic, sincere desire to be with you and consider you very valuable. Very strong, intense, huge desire to be with you, grasping for relationship wise interaction. But this pile is detached. I'm my own master, I'm my own man. I was like writing this, and instead of master, it came through as man, and I was like, I should definitely keep it here because it's very funny. But there is also distance and gatekeeping with this pile, where you won't believe as how many like admirers you can get, and the intensity. I want to say this very clear, it's the death card, so you definitely unwillingly create a lot of, I don't want to say pain, but people just like desperate, okay? Unfortunately that's the case, but yeah. We also have the Four of Pentacles, that's the domain. So the Four of Pentacles is a very restricted flow type of card. So it's as if people, they meet you, they fall in love, and they decide that they have ownership over the idea that they can step in a relationship with you. But you're with the High Priestess in reverse, you could feel like you want to detach even more. So this is quite sad from their part, but for some reason in this pile we have an overarching theme of romance and rejection. That's definitely coming from your side, and you're rejecting a lot of people for some reason, but gatekeeping a lot of admirers, people wanting to be with you, to initiate contact and hang out with you. But with the Three of Swords in the intensity, it's desperate, torn desire, kind of like very desperate desire to be with you, and you're like, no thank you. I've got a lot of boundaries and a good old "I don't want to be with you" statement. Yeah. The Chariot in reverse is very interesting because you won't believe how many people tried to actually even pursue and, let's say, show off. Because the Chariot card is a very abundant card in my view, and it shows a person who's very proud of themselves and of their achievements and is ready to show it all: the car, the house, the money, whatever, the success. And you're like, I'm totally not impressed for some reason. The intensity is very vulnerable. It's the Three of Swords. It's as if people try their best and their most desperate attempts to basically try and impress you, and there is a lot of respect and loyalty that's being fought for, and it's not very easy to get on your like trust side. So that's definitely interesting because we have that. And the domain, it's the, or the context, it's the Seven of Wands. I feel like you'd say, or you, there is something about your energy saying, I'm not looking for this, but people just don't take it. So the boundaries, the non-committal desire, or the detachment, as I was talking about, is definitely coming from the High Priestess in reverse, also from the Four of Cups in here in this context. And now the third category is going to be very interesting because the Knight of Wands, it's adversity, violent, explosive attention, behavior, and pushing energy directed at you. And also with the charity, it's very strange because charity is like, it's generosity, Six of Pentacles. It's plentiful. The amount of admiration and also criticism, commotion, drama, envy, and gossip that's being directed at you, it's very plentiful. The context, it's very, again, protected. So it's like the Two of Swords. You are I cannot say it really doesn't affect you, but you, like, your relationship to that kind of thing, it's the Temperance. So either you are alchemizing it really well, or you're pretty much indifferent. It flies really off, like it flies over your head. It could be the case that it flies over your head with the Temperance, for sure. Um, Also think people think that you've got it all easy. I don't know. I was channeling this through with other cards, but also the blank card flew in the reading twice. So people think and regard you as being very unpredictable, and there is a lot of uncertainty linked to you. And you've got a lot of gossip because you had the Three of Pentacles in reverse, oh no, in upright, and the Three of Cups in reverse. So I'd be really mindful when interacting with workspace, relationships, with people in general, because it seems like there is a desire to get to you, to get under your skin, and to really pierce that whole "I don't care" level of boundary that you've got yourself going for you. And it's like really well, it's really working in here for this pile. I want to say, if anything, I want to say that when it comes to how well you interact with the criticism, it's something that I would really want to learn. So it's a very thick skin when it comes to criticism, judgment, and drama overall. So that's pretty impressive, I want to say. um, I cannot really pride take pride into the reading when it comes to the surroundings for this pile. What I can add, however, it's a very strong respect and placing a lot of value or as a person on you, because you have these boundaries, because you have this very stoic attitude in the ways in which you carry yourself. So there is a lot of long-term oriented respect linked to your persona in the ways in which you have presented and dealt with a lot of issues and drama that has been purposefully thrown at you. I want to also add with some additional cards there is the devil in reverse. You should see people and things for what they are. You should also be very intuitive, and there is a lot of respect. Like, you won't believe how much respect your haters have for the fact that either or both you don't engage in abusive, manipulative behavior, and second of all, you have this attitude of you cannot get me, you cannot manipulate me without me even realizing it, even before you even open your mouth. So that's the kind of energy I'm talking about with the devil in reverse. There is something about you that's entirely and clearly making you step out of the overall game of life where people think that they have an over like an a kind of advantage over manipulating you. So it's like there is a very strong level of we cannot get to pile number 3. So like what you don't see or what's unexpected, shocking near you, it's how much respect you get for the fact that you don't get into the mud when it comes to the dirty games of people and their schemes. So there is like huge dissatisfaction in that way. Still, I'm quite curious to know, with this pile we've had so much adversity and drama, I would like to clarify still some positive thing or some circumstance related thing that's around them. I want to say you have Knight of Wands again. There is a strong conversion that you're not aware of, and all of the adversity and trauma and also misunderstandings that you've got, all of your pains and issues will be converted in your finances, also your directions in life, and also you will change either places or jobs, because it feels like you'll update the actual surroundings with people and it will be a much better place to be at. What else you don't? Okay, we have the Hierophant. I feel like this is again talking about how resourceful and the how much respect. Like, honestly, it feels like you won't believe how much people respect you. This is very strong as a message again, and um, if they were not your haters and basically your friends, they would come to you and ask for advice. That's the energy. But it feels like there is already too much at stake in the game. Like the war has been going for too long, and it feels like there is no way back. There is no friends with pile number 3. Uh, Unfortunately, because it feels like there is much to lose out of being foes with you, because also there is a great deal of things to win out of just being friends with you. You're a very generous person, I want to say that. Okay, we have the 3 of Swords, which you don't expect is near. Yeah, you have been let's say purposefully breaking hearts and basically putting people to their knees. I want to say that, like, people manipulating you, and you don't know how of a mastermind you really are, because you break those people who dared to engage in such behavior to such an extent that they regret entering the game altogether. And I see a re-establishment of beliefs and ways in which they go about in life, creating stuff and using others. Like, I see a change and an update because you tame people. The Strength card in reverse. So it's very interesting because it's like unwillingly people, or unconsciously, when they manipulate, they challenge you for a duel, and the duel is lost when it's initiated because you really don't want to fight. But yeah, and we have the Death card. Okay, a lot of change can be also the case. Like, let's see, this is situational or this is people related. Both. So it's talking about finance, like whatever, 3 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, whatever adversity you are going through, it's going to be exchanged and alchemized in your prosperity. I feel like you're going to be basically that person who's like, I've been there, I know how toxic it can be, I know how difficult life at work can be, or with people in general, and you'll be like, I went through it. It was a terrible experience, but at the end of the day, it revealed myself. It revealed who I was or who I am, you know. That's a very valuable experiment type of energy I'm feeling through, okay? And you've got people wanting to genuinely like move places with you. That's very curious. We have this in the reading, but um you won't believe how much social support also it's linked to you. Like you won't believe how, like, I see people like willing to step in and save your life, something like this. It's very, I don't feel like you're very conscious about it though. um okay, let's clarify something else. Okay, I want to drop some positivity in this pile because it's very serious for some reason. Let's check. Again, the status, we have the Six of Pentacles. Either it is right now or is the beginning, or you will be doing that in the future, but you will be in a stance to give, to offer, to support, and to guide a lot of people. And this is all coming from either the experience, the money thing, the status thing. So it's like you don't believe, or you won't believe how much status that's coming through in here, and respect you will have. Still, you must have a lot of respect even right now, but yeah. With the Hanged Man as well, I feel like we are channeling in here an energy of a lot of different viewpoints, attitudes, and general like viewpoints in life, how you should be and shouldn't be behaving. I feel like also this Pile's character is very defined, and I also want to say there is so much adversity with pile number 3. I do not feel or think that you necessarily know how much you're worth because of the whole road and journey and experience you've been through. And I don't think that you understand how much gratitude you generate as a result of having people in a relationship with you. So what you don't know or you won't believe is near you, it's a lot of gratitude, respect, and love for your character, and really like feeling lucky that you are in their life. And I also want to say this will resonate for you because, and how you'll recognize it, you are a person who has a few people in their like close circle, but these people are like your everything. And I don't feel like a lot of people qualify for that role, but still, let's say what you won't believe is close to you, like people wise or relationship wise. And again, we have the Knight of Wands. I will not be surprised if your haters, the people that you have adversities with, or commentaries, or bitter criticism with, are also the people who are secretly nurturing a crush or like a relationship desire or friendship, like a huge desire to have a friendship with you, okay? Fascinating, to be honest. And I feel like I've been talking about this. Yeah, you're a Four of Pentacles. You're a very valuable individual. I don't know. I'm trying to see something else aside from just the, but it's a lot of singular cards, which I find also very fascinating. This is very, very interesting energy, very distinct. Pile number 3, if you resonate with that, please do make sure to comment below that you're pile number 3, because strangely enough, we have celebration and cherishing the present moment, but somehow by myself, not urging myself to reach out to people, and leaving the opportunity for them to approach me, and if they qualify, I let them in and I cherish them as well. But still, I don't feel like you necessarily brought this yet. You're okay. 5 of Cups, you must be healing still. So okay, what else we have for pile number 3? What you won't believe is around you. The Lovers. This is a strong pull and desire to be in a relationship with you regardless of the status. I feel like a broken record talking about this, but still. Also, I want to add on a very interesting message, the Magician in reverse. I feel like a lot of adversity, negativity, and drama that's been going on around you has been stemming from the desire to be with you, but people also realizing that they don't qualify. And by the idea, or by virtue, I don't know if that's the correct way to say it, of having that judgment that you would reject them, or that they don't qualify, they decided to be the first ones to reject you, and they decided to basically break the bridge or burn the bridge in this case. So this pile also either has friends who are very close or like enemies. This is a very polarized energy, so it's like people, when they get to know you, either they like you or really really like you, or they hate you and really really hate you. Like that's the polarized energy that I see in here. um for some of you, you have also people reminiscing and thinking back about you a great deal. You won't believe how much nostalgia or reminiscence is linked to you and to the what ifs, basically. Next. Okay, Queen of Pentacles. I don't know why, but this energy of singular, I'm surprised this Hermit card is not here yet. So it's like, yeah, in Queen of Swords. You are independent both financially and also very, very strong in your communication, expression, and you won't believe how scared at times people can feel because of it. Yeah, people, I feel like there is coldness in this pile in regards to, like, you're very proficient at interactions in general. Like, I would expect this pile to be like, hand me over a task or hand me over something that you'd like to be done, and I'll do it, no emotions involved. You're not going to be that person who's going to hesitate. No, no way. Um, I feel like you are very business oriented, and this is something that's basically going to come in handy big time for your pile. But I'm fascinated how interesting the element of singularity or loneliness it's being shown in here, while at the same time it being matched equally by the amount of respect and support coming through from people, and like it's genuine. Ace of Cups, it's like an overarching theme of we would want to be with them, but yeah, it's no chance, no way, no way pile number 3 is going to let us in. Okay, so that was, I think, all for pile number 3. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, please do remember to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And yeah, mention below that your pile number 3 a very distinct energy, by the way. And by the way, if you also want to donate, I'll leave the link in the comments. I think that's all. Take care.